This morning, a 25-year-old man woke up in a bed that costs more than your car, walked to his garage with 7 supercars, and couldn't decide which million-dollar vehicle to drive to breakfast. But 3 years ago, this same person was eating dollar store noodles and sleeping on his friend's couch. His name is Richie Richardson, and yesterday he made more money while sleeping than most people make in a month. Here's the crazy part: nobody talks about Mars. He dropped out of college with just $847 in his bank account, and his own mother told him he was making the biggest mistake of his life. Today his empire is worth over $100 million, but the real shocker comes later in this video when I reveal the family secret that almost destroyed everything, and the simple trick he uses to make money every single day without lifting a finger. Make sure you subscribe right now, because the strategy I'm about to show you at the 15-minute mark has helped regular people create millionaire lifestyles. Richie Richardson grew up in a small apartment in Newark, New Jersey. His mom worked at 3 different jobs just to pay rent and buy food. When Richie was 16, he watched his mother cry because she couldn't afford to buy him new shoes for school. That night, he promised himself he would never be poor again. While other kids played video games, Richie started buying broken phones and fixing them. He sold these repaired phones to classmates for quick cash. In his first month, he made $200. In his second month, he made $500. By the time he turned 17, he was making more money than his mom's part-time jobs combined. The turning point came when Richie found a broken iPhone at a garage sale for $20. The screen was completely shattered, and the seller said it was worthless. Richie took it home, watched YouTube videos to learn how to fix it, and spent $35 on replacement parts. After 4 hours of careful work, the phone looked brand new. He sold it for $180 the next day. That $125 profit taught him a valuable lesson: other people's trash could be his treasure if he was willing to do the work they wouldn't do. By age 18, Richie had saved $5,000 from his phone repair business. Instead of buying a car like his friends suggested, he used the money to start an online store selling phone accessories. His first product was simple Maj phone cases that he bought from China for $2 each and sold for $15. The business was slow at first. Some months he barely broke even. But Richie noticed something interesting. Customers kept asking for cases that could protect their phones from water and drops. Most companies made cheap cases that broke easily. Richie saw an opportunity. He spent his last $3,000 developing a super strong phone case. This case could survive being dropped from a 3-story building, run over by a car, and underwater for 24 hours. To prove it worked, Richie made a video of himself testing the case in extreme conditions. He threw phones off buildings, drove over them with his friend's truck, and even put them in a blender. The video went viral overnight. Within 1 week, it had 10 million views. Orders started flooding in faster than Richie could handle. That viral video changed everything. In 6 months, Richie's business made $2 million in sales. He hired his first employees, moved into a real office, and started developing new products. But success brought new problems. Competitors copied his ideas, suppliers tried to cheat him, and managing rapid growth was overwhelming. Instead of panicking, Richie focused on making his products even better and treating customers like family. He personally answered customer emails, solved problems quickly, and always kept his promises. The real wealth building started when Richie bought his first piece of real estate at age 21. He had been saving money from his business, and noticed that property prices in his neighborhood were rising. He found an old building that was falling apart, and bought it for $400,000. Most people thought he was crazy. The building needed major repairs, the neighborhood wasn't great, and Richie had never done construction work before. but he saw potential where others saw problems. Richie spent the next 6 months learning construction skills from YouTube and working alongside professional contractors. He painted walls, installed new floors, and even learned basic plumbing. The renovation cost $200,000, but when it was finished, the building looked amazing. He converted it into luxury apartments and sold it 18 months later for $900,000. That $300,000 profit showed Richie that real estate could create serious wealth if you were willing to do the hard work. Today, Richie owns properties worth over $60 million across 5 different states. His main house is a massive square-foot mansion in Alpine, New Jersey. The house has 8 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, and sits on 4 acres of beautiful land. There's a tennis court, a huge swimming pool, and a separate guest house that's bigger than most regular homes. But the coolest part is his home office, a 2-story library with floor-to-ceiling windows that show amazing views of Manhattan. Walking through Richie's garage feels like visiting a car museum. He owns a Bugatti Chiron worth $3 million, a McLaren P1 that took 2 years to get, and a classic 1967 Shelby Cobra that he restored himself. But his favorite car isn't the most expensive one. It's a modified Tesla Model S that he drives every day. This car has custom software that Richie helped create, showing his love for both luxury and innovation. Building this empire wasn't easy. Richie faced 3 major disasters that almost destroyed everything. The first crisis happened when his main supplier in China suddenly canceled their contract. Richie had thousands of customer orders but no way to make products. He had 48 hours to find a solution or face bankruptcy. Instead of giving up, Richie flew to China with all his savings in cash. He spent 3 weeks visiting factories and sleeping in cheap hotels until he found a manufacturer willing to help. This experience taught him to always have backup plans and emergency money saved. The second disaster was more personal. Richie discovered that his business partner and childhood friend had been stealing money for over a year. The betrayal hurt more than the financial loss. It made Richie question everyone around him and wonder who he could trust. The legal battle cost $500,000 and took 8 months to resolve. But it taught Richie the importance of checking his finances carefully and keeping business separate from personal relationships. The third crisis almost broke Richie completely. His success had made him famous, but fame brought danger. Criminals tried to kidnap his younger sister for ransom money. The incident lasted only 6 hours before police stopped it, but it changed how Richie thinks about safety and privacy. He now has professional security guards, lives behind multiple layers of protection, and has trained his whole family in safety procedures. This experience taught him that real wealth isn't just about making money, it's about protecting the people you love. Despite all his wealth, Richie's family life stays surprisingly normal. He married his college girlfriend Sarah in a small private ceremony with only close family present. They have 2 young children who go to regular public schools and participate in normal kid activities. Richie believes money should make family life better, not separate them from real life. Their family traditions include camping trips where they turn off all technology, weekly volunteer work at local food banks, and Sunday dinners where business talk is not allowed. A typical day for this $100 million entrepreneur might surprise you with how simple it is. Richie wakes up at 5:30 every morning and starts with 30 minutes of quiet thinking and exercise. He spends the first hour reading business news and answering important emails. His breakfast is always the same oatmeal with fruit and black coffee, while he reviews financial reports his team prepared the night before. Richie believes controlling your morning determines how productive your whole day will be. Richie schedules all his meetings between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., saving late afternoons for big-picture thinking and long-term planning. He learned that his best decisions come when he has quiet time to think about complex problems, so he protects this time carefully. After 6 p.m., Richie stops checking business emails unless there's a real emergency. Evenings are for family time, and he sticks to this rule religiously. Travel is important to Richie's business, but he doesn't just visit fancy vacation spots. He spends about 1 week every month in different cities looking for new investment opportunities and meeting potential business partners. His travel focuses on learning and growing his business, rather than just having fun. Richie owns a private jet, a Gulfstream G450, which he sees as a business tool rather than a luxury toy. The plane lets him save time and reach places that would be hard to get to on commercial flights. Richie's charity work shows his belief that success creates a responsibility to help others. He has given over $15 million to education programs in poor communities, focusing on technology education and teaching young people about starting businesses. His foundation runs 12 computer labs in inner-city schools and provides college scholarships for students studying business and engineering. But Richie doesn't just write checks personally. Mentors young entrepreneurs, spending at least 4 hours every month working directly with students and startup founders. The investment plan that built Richie's empire combines smart risks with patient money management. He puts 60% of his money into real estate, 25% into his own businesses, 10% into stock market investments, and 5% into alternative investments like art, collectibles, and cryptocurrency. This spread has protected his wealth during bad economic times, while letting him take advantage of growth opportunities in different areas. Richie's approach to business partnerships has changed a lot since his early betrayal. He now has a team of financial experts who do thorough background checks on potential partners. Every business relationship includes detailed contracts with clear goals and exit plans. Trust is earned slowly through proven results, rather than given quickly based on personal connections. This careful approach has eliminated the emotional decision-making that previously created problems in his business operations. Looking ahead, Richie is expanding his empire into clean technology and renewable energy investments. He believes that the next 10 years will bring huge opportunities in solar energy, electric car charging stations, and sustainable building materials. His newest project involves developing affordable housing that uses cutting-edge environmental technology, creating communities that are both profitable and good for society. The goal is to prove that responsible investing can make more money while helping solve social problems. The lessons Richie learned from building his empire go far beyond business strategy. He emphasizes that creating lasting wealth requires emotional intelligence, physical health, and spiritual balance in addition to financial skills. His morning quiet time, regular exercise routine, and commitment to family relationships aren't luxuries, they're essential parts of maintaining the mental clarity and emotional stability needed to make high-pressure decisions consistently. Richie's money-making system relies on 3 core principles that anyone can apply. First, find problems that frustrate people and create simple solutions. Second, focus on providing exceptional value rather than competing on price. Third, reinvest profits into assets that generate passive income. These principles guided every major decision in his journey from broke college dropout to $100 million entrepreneur. The daily habits that keep Richie performing at peak levels are surprisingly simple. He reads for 1 hour every day, exercises for 45 minutes 6 days a week, and maintains a gratitude journal where he writes down 3 things he's thankful for each night. He limits social media to 30 minutes per day, and never checks his phone during meals or family time. These small habits compound over time to create extraordinary results. Richie's real estate strategy focuses on buying properties in emerging neighborhoods before they become popular. He looks for areas with good transportation, nearby universities or hospitals, and signs of economic development. Rather than buying the most expensive properties, he prefers to buy modest buildings and improve them significantly. This approach allows him to create value through his own efforts, rather than just hoping for market appreciation. The technology systems that run Richie's businesses are designed for efficiency and scalability. He uses automated software to handle customer service, inventory management, and financial reporting. This automation allows his team to focus on strategic decisions rather than routine tasks. Richie personally reviews all automation systems monthly to ensure they're working properly and serving customers well. Risk management is crucial to protecting Richie's wealth. He maintains insurance policies on all major assets, keeps 6 months of operating expenses in cash reserves, and diversifies investments across different industries and geographic regions. He also has legal teams in multiple states to handle any issues that arise with his properties or businesses. Richie's approach to hiring employees emphasizes character over credentials. He looks for people who are honest, hardworking, and willing to learn, rather than those with impressive resumes but poor attitudes. He provides extensive training and clear advancement paths for all employees, believing that investing in people creates long-term value for the business. The networking strategies that help build Richie's empire focus on providing value to others before asking for anything in return. He regularly introduces contacts to each other when he sees potential synergies, shares useful information freely, and offers help to other entrepreneurs facing challenges he has overcome. This approach has created a network of loyal relationships that generate opportunities and support during difficult times. Richie's story proves that building significant wealth in today's economy requires combining traditional business principles with modern technology and global thinking. His success came from identifying market opportunities, executing plans with careful attention to detail, learning from failures quickly, and staying focused on long-term goals despite short-term problems. Most importantly, he learned that protecting and enjoying wealth requires the same discipline and strategic thinking that created it originally. Richie Richardson's journey from a broke teenager to a $100 million empire shows that extraordinary success is possible when you combine hard work with smart thinking and never give up. But here's the most important part of his story. The real wealth isn't in the mansion, supercars, or private jet. It's in the systems, relationships, and mindset that let him create value every day while protecting what matters most. If Richie's story made you think differently about your own potential, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell, because next week I'm releasing an exclusive interview where he explains the exact investment strategy that made his first $10 million, including 3 specific real estate deals that most people would never think about. Plus, I'll share the personal habits and daily routines that keep him performing at the highest level while managing multiple businesses and family responsibilities. Don't miss these insights that could change your financial future forever. Leave a comment below telling me which part of Richie's story inspired you most, and if you know someone who needs to hear this message of hope and possibility, share this video with them right now. Remember, success leaves clues, and Richie's empire is a blueprint for anyone willing to do the work. I'll see you in the next video where we go even deeper into the strategies that separate the wealthy from the dreamers. Risk management is crucial to protecting Richie's wealth. He maintains insurance policies on all major assets, keeps 6 months of operating expenses in cash reserves, and diversifies investments across different industries and geographic regions. He also has legal teams in multiple states to handle any issues that arise with his properties or businesses. Richie's approach to hiring employees emphasizes character over credentials. He looks for people who are honest, hardworking, and willing to learn, rather than those with impressive resumes but poor attitudes. He provides extensive training and clear advancement paths for all employees, believing that investing in people creates long-term value for the business. The networking strategies that help build Richie's empire focus on providing value to others before asking for anything in return. He regularly introduces contacts to each other when he sees potential synergies, shares useful information freely, and offers help to other entrepreneurs facing challenges he has overcome. This approach has created a network of loyal relationships that generate opportunities and support during difficult times. One of Richie's most profitable strategies involves identifying undervalued assets in emerging markets. He spends considerable time researching economic trends, population growth patterns, and infrastructure development plans. This research helps him spot opportunities 2–3 years before they become obvious to other investors. For example, he purchased several properties in Austin, Texas in 2019 when tech companies were just beginning to relocate there. Those investments have tripled in value as the area transformed into a major tech hub. The psychological aspects of wealth building often get overlooked, but Richie considers mindset his most valuable asset. He works with a performance coach who helps him maintain focus during stressful periods and make decisions based on logic rather than emotions. This mental training proved invaluable during the 2020 market crash when many investors panicked and sold at losses. Richie remained calm, analyzed opportunities carefully, and actually increased his real estate purchases during the downturn. Family wealth preservation is becoming increasingly important as Richie's children grow older. He has established trust funds for both kids but structured them to encourage work and achievement rather than creating dependency. The children can access education funds at any time, but must demonstrate entrepreneurial success or community contribution to access larger amounts. Richie believes this approach will teach them the value of money while ensuring they have opportunities to pursue their dreams. The daily operations of Richie's business empire require sophisticated systems and talented people. He employs over 200 people across his various companies, from property managers to software developers to customer service representatives. Each business unit operates semi-independently but reports to a central management team that ensures consistency and efficiency. This structure allows Richie to focus on big-picture strategy while ensuring day-to-day operations run smoothly. Technology plays an increasingly important role in Richie's wealth-building strategy. He has invested heavily in artificial intelligence and machine learning tools that help analyze market trends, predict property values, and optimize business operations. These systems process thousands of data points daily to identify patterns that human analysts might miss. The technology doesn't replace human judgment but enhances it by providing better information for decision-making. Richie's international expansion began 3 years ago when he identified opportunities in emerging markets with growing middle classes. He now owns properties in Mexico, Costa Rica, and the Philippines, focusing on tourist destinations and growing urban areas. These international investments provide currency diversification and exposure to faster-growing economies. Managing properties across different countries requires local partnerships and understanding of foreign regulations, but the returns have exceeded his domestic investments. The education sector represents Richie's newest investment focus. He believes that quality education is becoming increasingly expensive and sees opportunities to create affordable alternatives using technology. His latest venture involves developing online learning platforms that provide practical business skills at a fraction of traditional college costs. Early results show strong demand, particularly among working adults who want to improve their careers without taking time off work. Richie's approach to luxury spending reflects his practical mindset about money. While he enjoys expensive cars and beautiful homes, every major purchase serves multiple purposes. His private jet saves time and increases productivity. His mansion provides space for business, entertaining, and family gatherings. Even his car collection includes vehicles that appreciate in value over time. This approach ensures that luxury spending contributes to wealth building rather than just consumption. The mentor relationships that shaped Richie's development continue to influence his decisions today. He maintains regular contact with successful entrepreneurs who provide guidance on complex business issues. These relationships, built over years of mutual respect and shared experiences, offer perspectives that can't be found in books or courses. Richie also serves as a mentor to younger entrepreneurs, believing that teaching others reinforces his own learning and creates valuable network connections. Crisis management has become one of Richie's strongest skills after surviving multiple business challenges. He has developed detailed contingency plans for various scenarios, from economic downturns to natural disasters to cyber attacks. These plans include alternative revenue sources, emergency cash reserves, and backup systems for critical operations. Regular testing and updating ensure the plans remain relevant and effective. The impact of social media on Richie's business has evolved significantly over the years. Initially, he used platforms primarily for marketing and customer engagement. Now, social media serves as a valuable source of market intelligence and trend identification. His team monitors conversations, tracks sentiment, and identifies emerging opportunities through social media analysis. However, Richie maintains strict personal privacy settings to protect his family from unwanted attention. Environmental sustainability is becoming increasingly important in Richie's investment decisions. He recognizes that climate change will affect property values, business operations, and consumer preferences in the coming decades. New investments must meet strict environmental criteria, and existing properties are being upgraded with energy-efficient systems and sustainable materials. This approach protects long-term value while contributing to positive environmental outcomes. The compound effect of small improvements has played a crucial role in Richie's success. Rather than seeking dramatic changes, he focuses on making tiny improvements in all areas of his business and personal life. A 1% improvement in customer satisfaction, cost reduction, or process efficiency may seem insignificant, but these small gains accumulate over time to create substantial competitive advantages. This philosophy applies to personal development as well, where small daily habits compound into extraordinary results over years.